Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the Game 1, the Pacific Admins Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy. He's the commander of the Allied Forces and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 of the game version 27B. This is now also already deep in summer 42, the time of the Midway battle. In this match we had a similar situation, I think 1 month earlier, with the defeat of the Allied carrier fleet. Most of the possessions the Japanese have to take to secure and maybe achieve a victory are under my control, I would say. Not a total victory, but the losses for KilRoy are high. And yeah, let's see if there's anything coming this day. Long time no real navy battle more, so we are arriving already directly at the air activity or air phase in the morning. And even the air phase is now mainly bombardment. Some troops in Nanchang. And nothing else. Oh. And I spot still some patrol boats, yacht patrols at the Marshall Islands. But two small targets that I already started navy attack against them. KilRoy is trying to slow down my release army, marching on Townsville. No sweep, no air battle, no dogfight at least. Very short turns. So, the next battle of Nanchang, the Chinese army is slowly going down, but there are also casualties on my side. But you can see that the Chinese are disrupted because I can bombard them every day by air and artillery. They are out of supplies, and even if I have here high numbers of casualties, if you check the destroyed units, then it's nearly nothing. Some tanks blowing up, that is possible, but most of my infantry and everything else, the engineers, they are only disabled. And for KilRoy it's roughly 1-to-1 kill ratio and disabled kill ratio. And again, what is disabled for the Chinese is nearly impossible to get in a ready status again. And this is my garrison kicking out here the Chinese. Not that the Chinese have anything, this is purely logistic. And I also catch this scout army, and they're retreating back to Chongqing. My release army also trying to move away this last Australian block force with nearly no casualties. Australians, this Australian battalion simply sacrificed themselves to hold off my army 1 or 2 more days. So my army in Townsville is still under siege because I was still not able to bring in any army into that hex. So I would say in 2 turns I can breach the siege. So KilRoy must attack me next turn if he want to still try to defeat my army. But again, Japanese troops have a very low tendency to surrender. I think this is at the end maybe more related to moral values than to really hard-coded to a nation, but that I'm not so sure. So air losses are all operational. I have even no lost pilot here. There was no sinking sound, so this is all fine. Nanchang, my attack was not a success, but I mean, you can also say it was a success for me because I inflicted more casualties and I lost nearly nothing. I have only a lot of disabled units, and I also have disruption fatigue, so I will maybe switch back to bombardment for 1 or 2 more weeks and then try again. Chongqing is again isolated. I cannot enter the hex. KilRoy have far too much attack power, 117 units, but I can control all hexes around. That is enough for me. I also control the mountain pass over the Himalaya. So Burma Road is under Japanese control. Not complete, yeah, nearly. Here is still some leftover British forces, but I'm closing in with my Thai units, and I think I will also bring in some tanks and other equipment. Situation is stable, nothing really to say here anywhere. So last action was here now South Townsville. I took the hex, but there's still this hex is Japanese control, this hex is Australian control, and there's a green border. So this means my forces cannot fall back. It's not allowed. So if KilRoy attack next turn, and if my units have failed a morale check, but they have all very high morale, so I don't think that this is likely, but always possible. Then all of the force must surrender because I cannot retreat. Good. Rest of the map looks no activity. I don't go for Fiji. Marshall is sealed. New Caledonia is more or less sealed, I would say. And there's simply no activity. I don't must push, KilRoy cannot push, and we will see. Okay, take care, bye bye.